Everyone, welcome back to Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics. Today we're doing a mobile call on this 2012 Chevy Malibu. You see it's got no license plates. It's an auction vehicle, so that definitely makes for interesting diagnostics. And the owner wants me to do a kind of a preliminary check to tell him, is this car worth fixing or putting money into? It has a couple issues. The check engine light's on, and then the air conditioner doesn't work. I think something to do with the power windows, so a few issues. So let's do kind of a preliminary diagnosis, see what we can do, and kind of give him an estimate, ballpark, and see if this car is worth fixing. Alright, so got the scanner out, did a full code scan. We have one code in the engine, P0315. Instrument cluster says power 1 circuit voltage low, don't really care. Same there. And cell phone select service switch open circuit. Again, don't really care about that. Let's go right to the engine. Alright, so 315, crankshaft position system variation not learned. Now the car runs fine, seems like. Didn't really take it for a test drive yet. Doesn't have any plates, but let's see if we can force the crankshaft position sensor relearn using our functional tests. Right there, CKP variation relearn. Let's see if that will work. We'll probably need to warm up the vehicle until 70 degrees is reached. AC off. Vehicle must remain park in neutral. Okay, fire it up. Seems to rev okay. And we'll wait for it to warm up a little bit. And we'll do this step once it warms up. So exit out of there. Let's just look at our data. We look at misfire data, see if it's counting misfires. No, it's not. So for whatever reason, the relearn got either reset. We can always go to our generic functions and see if the codes were reset. I'm sure they were. This car wasn't driven. Then the monitors are probably not complete. So there you go, evap, catalyst, and okay, not surprising. Let's go back to our data and just look at our engine temp. Look at anything else that might be weird. So we're warming up. Fuel trim, long and short look perfect. We're in closed loop. So we'll wait until this gets to operating temp and do the relearn. Alright, the car is warmed up. Let's jump into our crank relearn. Okay. Apply and hold brake pedal. AC off, everything's off, continue, continue. Так, сейчас я буду это газовать, там это, можно, пожалуйста, не лазьте. Accelerate engine, wide open throttle. Alright, success. Alright, exit. So let's shut it down, turn it back on, and codes menu, let's clear them out, yes, continue. Alright, no codes present, and more check engine light. Alright, display codes. So far so good. Alright, so I think we solved that problem. Now let's look at the AC. I hooked up some gauges. Let's shut the car off and see if this thing has any pressure at all. I don't think it does. Okay, so manifold gauge is hooked up. High side, low side. There's no pressure in there. I got my little can. So if we open the low side valve to let the pressure in, you can instantly hear a huge leak somewhere right here. The hose right this fitting. That is crazy. I mean, it's blowing blowing on my fingers. Well, that wasn't hard to find. That's where the leak is, so we're not going to waste any more refrigerant. He needs an AC pressure hose. I don't know if the low and the high are one assembly. They probably are. And the low hose goes over here. And I think this might be a connection right here, so that's part of it. And the high side goes, I guess, over here. So wherever that connects. You can look up parts, see what it looks like. Actually, no, the high side goes to the condenser. So I don't know what is up with this hose, if it's just a bad fitting where it's crimped on. We can spray some soapy water in there and prove it 100%, but that's where it's coming from. Alright, so we found a giant leak in the AC hose, but the customer still wants to verify that the cooling fans work. The car doesn't overheat, but we can easily do this with the scanner. Let's try relay 1 on off. There's apparently more than one relay, but on. Let's see if they both work. They do. Let's try the other relay. I don't know if that's low speed or high speed. That's off. Exit and relay 1, 2, 3 control. And on. That's high speed. Alright, so that works. We're happy. I think that's it for this one. Nice and quick and easy, so if there's a part 2, we'll post that, but see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, just a follow-up on the 2012 Chevy Malibu with the crankshaft position not learned code. The owner drove it here. He replaced the leaky AC hose. He said his check engine light came back on. Interesting. But we're here to recharge the AC, take a look at the check engine light, and figure out the power window and power mirror issue. So really quickly, first, I already evacuated the system. It's holding a very nice steady vacuum and it's ready to be charged. So basically the procedure is, I just use a little vacuum pump like that, pull the vacuum for 15 minutes, close off the valves, and if there are no leaks, the vacuum should hold indefinitely, so check that for like 20 minutes or so. But moving on to some more interesting things. Power windows and power mirrors. So the mirrors, I already did the no parts required fix. There's some crappy contacts in the switch, some moisture got in there. But now, let's see, left mirror. It's still not ideal. But it goes right, it goes left, it goes up. Down is a little finicky. You kind of have to massage the button. But actually, you know, it works. Let's see. There you go, down. Same with the right mirror. There you go, right, left, up, down. Perfect. Power windows. So on this thing, the passenger down function did not work. Question, where's the problem? Everything else works. The passenger switch works. This is actually surprisingly an old school, you know, fat wire system with no modules, which makes it really easy to diagnose. Looking at our wiring diagram, here's our window motor for the passenger side. It can be controlled either by the window switch right here on the passenger door, which has its own power feed, and here is the master switch on the driver's door. Oh, come on. Wake up, touchscreen. Okay. So power feed yellow wire comes in, and we can either toggle this switch to send power down one way and it's automatically grounded. Here's the black wire, ground. Or the other one, don't want it to open. The other one sends power and it's grounded through the other side. So our bypass check, the down function doesn't work. That is our tan wire. So I checked with the test light, no power is being fed to the tan wire. So problem is in the switch. Just to be 100%, just to make sure this wire is good, let's do a bypass test where we connect the yellow wire to the tan wire through a fuse. Now you might think, why is the window not going down? Keys on, everything's ready to go. Well, we need to complete the circuit. The other side's grounded through the switch as well, which is the light blue wire, and right now it's not grounded to anything. Here's the light blue wire. So all we need to do is hook up a little jumper to ground and get a little adapter for that light blue to hook it up to ground. Then the window should at least roll down. We'll verify wiring integrity to the door from the switch, and then after popping this cheap part apart, we can actually see the problem. This is the switch, pushing it down. There's a little black spot. I can see it right through the plastic. It's probably a burned contact. We can pop this out, clean it up. Again, no parts required. Hopefully get this thing fixed. Alrighty, here is the ground. As soon as I touch it to here, the window should roll down. Sweet. Alright, wiring integrity verified. Very easy to do. Let's tear this guy apart and find what's wrong with this little switch. Alright, here we go. Let's just pop this little plastic piece open. Hopefully it's friendly. At least all this stuff on a GM comes apart pretty well. And lady, there is your problem. We got major black contacts. Oh man. Yeah. You think that's how's that gonna work? They're supposed to be nice and shiny like the other ones. So we'll clean this up. We've got our Deoxit sprayed down. So apparently contacts just aren't made to carry that much current, or whatever metal they used. Not ideal. I'll get these cleaned up, reassemble everything, make sure it works. So for this kind of stuff, sometimes I just use the tip of a blade to get all the junk off of those contact surfaces. And the deoxit should help. Hey, they're looking shiny, so it should work. Same with the actual contact surfaces here. So the pitting occurs where the contact is open and closed. So the current actually goes from, I think, from the middle pin to the outer ones, and then also on the other side, I think it's the ground. Well, whatever the circuit is. I mean, the switch here pushes it one way or another. Alright. But when it's in default position, those legs should be grounded. It's looking a lot better. I think the deoxit should prevent quick oxidation in the future. So these guys go down like so. That's a little rocker. And this guy, we could even flip these around to make the really black part contact the other side. Okay. I've never had power window switch failures in any of my other cars. And this is a 2012. Well, anyways, pop her in, see if it works. Alright, quick and dirty. I got the circuit board plugged in. There we go. Put the key in here. Accessory, moment of truth. Let's see here. There's up, there's down. Ah, fixed. No parts required once again. Wahaha. Just a little deoxit is all we needed. So that's fixed. Windows, mirrors work. AC we're gonna charge up, and check engine light. That was just from him turning the key on with the mass airflow sensor unplugged, so the code kind of stuck. Already cleared that. This car should be good to go. Alright, last piece of the puzzle. Got our AC can opened up. Lines are purged. And the spec is, we don't have a sticker on here, but I looked it up. 1.1 pounds, so about 1.5 cans. This is half a can from last time and one more full one. So let's open up the low side. There we go, and watch the needle here. System is charging. Sweet. Let's fire it up, see if the compressor kicks on, and charges the sucker up. Oh, battery's got a little low there. Compressor is not kicking on. yet. I don't know when it will. Alright, the compressor just decided to kick on. It's going, doing something. So high side pressure is getting up close to 100. Compressor is working. We can rev up the engine, speed up the process. We'll get a temperature gauge in here. Actually, I have something cooler than a temperature gauge. Literally. Let me get the new tool. Alright, let's swap in the second can of AC. So this guy is empty. All we do is close off the low side. System sealed. And then slowly unscrew the can from the hose. Just let it vent. And that's it. Put on the next can. I should be doing this with 2 hands. Valve in. Then we poke the top of the can and then screw it out. Very easy. And then we put the can in a warm spot here, closer to the exhaust manifold to speed up the charging process. Alright. Now, crack the line just a little bit, the middle one, let any residual air purge from the line, and then open the low side again. Now it's charging. So this can should get us nice and cool in here. I don't feel any coolness yet. So let's get out a special tool. Da-da-da-da. Yes, it is the FLIR Pro infrared camera. Plugs right into your cell phone. I got the little adapter cable on Amazon since my case did not want to accept the camera as a piggyback, but actually this works out pretty well because now you can move the camera separate from the phone. So, camera will stay steady. Let's open our app. And next, don't want to try it later. Plug in your FLIR, so push the little button on the bottom. It's a little finicky sometimes. Plug it in. There we go. We should get the image. Sweet. So little crosshairs will show us the temperature of the vents. For example, let's try the side vent. See if you guys can see that. Yep, it's definitely getting cooler. And if we focus the crosshairs on the vent itself, it's getting colder. 15C, and right next door 25C. So it's working like a charm. There's a right side up. Pretty sweet. Just rev the car up for a little faster cooling. Keith just did a video on a Jeep with no, I think one of the vents was like hot and the other one was cold. What's going on with this one? Oh, this is kind of weird. This vent's warmer, this vent's cooler. You can see it on the camera. Honestly, this shouldn't have a split temperature control, but it seems like it does. I don't know if you'll want me to diagnose that as well. You would think this is like the base model. There's no split climate controls. So this is getting nice and cold right here. That's cold. That's warm. Let's see if we turn the temperature dial. Definitely getting some heat if we look at our IR image. That one's glowing hot. This one getting there. What does our cursor say? 32C. Back to cold. So there must be something wrong with the blend door to make this much of a difference. Well, we'll see if it once it stabilizes what the temperature will be. So just exploring the app a little bit, we can change our temperature units. Now let's try Fahrenheit for the American viewers. Image rotation. So it was set to 0, but since I have a cable connected and it's basically upside down now, I'll choose 180, see if that's a little more user-friendly. And anything else here? You can save location when you're taking pictures, which is cool. And here, you can actually set different cursors. You can add let's see, another spot. And you can drag these guys around. I think. Temperature meters. Okay, and if you select minus, you can delete them. Circle, rectangular, spot. So that's the regular spot. I'm wondering if you can, yes, you can move the spot around. So let's do 2 spots. So we have 2 vents. And when we put the camera on the 2 vents, we can compare them side by side. You see, one of them's at 10C, which is like 50 degrees, and the other one's at 17C. which is like 60 degrees. Now why did it not go to Fahrenheit? There we go. There's some Fahrenheit for you. So that one's at 50, this one's at 70. Why the discrepancy? I don't know. But it's cooling pretty well. It's not a terrible discrepancy. This one, you know, feels kind of cool. That one's like getting ice cold. So the AC works. But so far, this is really, really awesome. This infrared camera technology plugs into your smartphone. And I think where it'll really come in handy is for like parasitic draw testing. If you just take a picture of your fuse box, been sitting overnight, and when the fuse has a little draw, it should show up on camera. It's a little bit warmer, even 1 or 2 degrees. It should show right up. So I can't wait to get another parasitic draw case study in to play around with that. But otherwise, this car's fixed, and that's it for this one. Thanks a lot for watching. See you guys next time. Bye-bye. Alright, can is empty. It's warm. Pressures are normal, 225 on the high, 40 on the low. So what do you do to disconnect your gauges so you don't lose any refrigerant in the lines? What you want to do is, first, you basically want to purge the high side line. It has liquid refrigerant in here, and suck it back to the low side without, wasting any. So first thing you do, unscrew this valve, so basically close it off. Okay, there we go, that's closed off. And now, we'll open this valve, and everything should get sucked right into the low side. So watch the pressure gauges. I'm going to open this one slowly. You see through the sight glass, there's a little liquid, and it's getting sucked into the low side. Again, do it slow. You don't want to get any liquid in the compressor. And there you go. High side line is purged. The low side will drop to 30 or 40, wherever the low side pressure is. And when that's done, close it off as well. Close this guy off. Close this guy off. And you can disconnect them. They won't like blow off if you didn't purge it. So now all we do is break the seal here, and that's it. Barely anything comes out. And this can is empty. So that's how you do the DIY AC recharge. A lot easier if you have the $5,000 machine, which I don't do enough AC work to justify buying one, but if you had one, just push a button, boom, everything's done for you. Thanks a lot for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.